So we're back in the beautiful luxury photo hide, and there's a nuthatch. And there's a red squirrel. As soon as I got here. We're recording. It's right in front of it, sniffing it. So I'm recording on the GoPro now, and there's the squirrel. Okay, I'm going to go into video. I'm in manual focus because there's a little bit of grass in front, and that red squirrel just walked right in front of that GoPro, even sniffing it, just checking it out, and it was just collecting the nuts in front of it. So hopefully that's got some nice shots. See if he comes back. You just see this little bushy ginger tail coming out of the logs over there. This was my introduction, telling you about this place, but basically, yeah, I'm just here to see how many species we can get. And there's a nuthatch. Okay, it's popping, absolutely popping. Female bullfinch, oh, what a beauty. I don't know what to film the red squirrel this. The red squirrel is right in front of the GoPro. Look at him sitting up like a little Cheshire cat. You little beauty. You little beauty. I'm hoping to see other, mammals. We've seen a red squirrel, but I'm hoping, male bullfinch. Oh, what a beauty. We've had so much rain here, and finally it's quite warm, so all the undergrowth is just shot up. It's green and it's lush, and that red squirrel is back. What I said in my last video about trying to add movement and parallax, I've got this thing, an edelkrone do a version, but it's basically a cheaper version, a knockoff version called PROAIM Swing Pro. And it's just attached to my tripod on these iFootage quick release, so I can take it off when I need, because it is quite heavy, industrial bit of metal. But it just means I can have these nice movements. It's quite hard with a telephoto lens, but let's see how I get on with it. It's just a first test day with it, but I'm hoping it adds some nice shots. And I've already noticed once you sit down, when your tripod gets under your feet a bit, this is quite nice, just so you can sort of pull it away to you like that. Something comes, you can just pull, my hat's on, but you can go straight into position, and then when nothing's there, you can just sort of tuck it away. And also, maybe if something's close and you've got that too close distance, focal distance, I can give myself a few 12 inches back without moving my tripod back. So I'm hoping this is nice. It's very heavy. I wouldn't do it like on big walks and stuff. Red squirrel. But for this kind of thing, in a hide, I think it's going to be perfect. Like now, let's see if we can just add that movement, especially if we get that red squirrel by the reflections of the pole, and we have that movement, which he's coming to now, so I should be ready. Reflections. Yes. Yes. Okay, so this is what I was on about. So you don't want to be too zoomed in. Shot like that. Now that worked quite well, I think. There may be a little jitter because you're so telephoto zoomed in, so maybe like a warp stabilizer in post may fix that. But when you're this low, and I've managed to get it eye water level, is so smooth. I can literally just, you know. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. Also, I want to try out the photos on the A7S III because we don't really need that crop factor here. So we should be close enough just to take nice full frame, you know, subject shots of the wildlife with the 12 megapixels. Because the only reason that it's bad for wildlife, you know, the speed and autofocus and the colours are lovely from this, but it's just that crop factor if you can't get close enough. But luckily in this hide we don't have that problem, so I'm gonna give this a go and see what kind of images we can get. So it's feeding time. The afternoon was quite quiet, really quiet evening. Green woodpecker came back and a few other birds like the bullfinch and stuff like that. Food's down, the lights are on now. Got a cold beer, and now I just sit back and wait, and hopefully we get a lot of action tonight. The pine martin's here. I'm trying to be quiet. He can probably see me. Just gone in. Beautiful, beautiful. He's so gorgeous. He's just gone in for an egg. I don't know if you can hear me. There he is. And off he goes. Polecat just came back very quick, in and out, getting the meat. Very quick as always, skulk in and out. There's no pausing or looking around like the Pine Martin at all. It's just in and out. Very different behaviours of them too. So I tried to take some photos, but it was so quick I failed. I did get a nice one earlier before the lights were on, before feeding. There's these beetles as well. I mentioned earlier that they sort of get attracted to light, fall in the water, they all start drowning, they climb on there, you know, it's absolute slaughter out there. And then the rats just come and have an all-you-can-eat buffet. Here comes one now. Look, ready? Boop! It right as I said it. Just rat come up, pick one up, walked off. It only seems to be one that's cottoned onto it. So it was getting really quiet all of a sudden. Past 12 o'clock, just dead for about 2 hours to about 2 o'clock. Didn't see anything, just a few rats just running along the edge, and I was just sitting back on my chair, and this tawny owl come out of nowhere, slammed the rat right up against the window, whacked the window in front of me, then flew off. I jumped up and I dropped my audio recorder. That's why I'm holding it like that, to hold the battery door together, because I dropped it and a bit pinged off it in the excitement. The owl then sat up on this branch for ages waiting for the rats to come back out. He didn't actually get the rat. I don't know what happened. It must have escaped somehow from the windowsill to up on that log somehow. I was still panicking, trying to lower the tripod because I couldn't actually have a vantage there. It started eating a few of those beetles though that are everywhere. Everyone's just snacking on them when they can. So it's getting late, or shall I say it's getting early. Time's coming nearly to an end. It was a long shift sitting in this tour. It's been hot. It's been long. We've seen a lot of different species, and that's what I wanted to do. Just wanted to try out doing photography with the A7S3 and just see as many species I can. You know, luckily this place is just so comfortable that you can spend this long in here. Plus you've got so many unique animals, especially coming from someone from the UK. You know, it's quite hard to see red squirrels, pine martins, stone martins, polecats, all in, you know, the same place. Honestly, if you get a chance, definitely check this place out. I'll leave a link in description below. The person who runs it is a really nice guy and helped me out a lot. He has different hides as well. He has a buzzard hide as well over there that I'd be keen to try out. Really impressed with the way the A7S3 took photos. The autofocus is quite, because I've been swapping between the A7riii and the A7S3, and the autofocus is a lot better. It sort of knows what you, when the Pine Martin and stuff, it already knew where the face was and was staying on it, especially in photo mode. It was just bosh, bosh, bosh. And you know, and that animal face recognition did work quite a lot of the time with the Pine Martins, with the red squirrels, with all the different martins, the mammals. You know, it worked really well, that eye lock on. So in that sense, it's really good. you know, the speed compared to the the buffer, you forget how slow the buffer is in the A7R3. You know, you would take a burst. I was doing the mice photos while I was unloading these cards, and it would take 10 minutes to unload the buffer. I know they're big files on this, but just because they're smaller size and because you got the new faster CF Express A cards and plus the new processor in there, you can literally just fire them off, and a lot quieter. It's just a really nice photo camera, and like swapping in between, I've just got used to that bigger build now, and the buttons are more responsive. You know, the zoom button, you know, it's all more refined coming from the A7R3 to the A7S3. It's hard, obviously, juggling photo and video. You never know, is it worth swapping to video now and then camera, because you know you've got to change the dial, check all your settings and stuff like that. It's not easy, but sometimes you just think, okay, this is where this will be a nice photo, let's capture that moment. With this arm, I've been really enjoying it. I've been able to have that movement to come, move my camera wherever I like. You know, it just makes sitting in a hide a lot more easier. You're not always getting underneath your tripod, so that was fantastic. Yeah, in the meantime, peace, stay safe. I'll catch you on the next one.